Hello, this is Amanda with From Where I Stamp, and I'm going to show you how to create 2 Mother's Day cards using the Strong and Beautiful stamp set, along with the Peony Garden Designer Series paper. This paper and the stamp set are both retiring on May 3rd. The Designer Series paper is while supplies last, and I would recommend purchasing it sooner rather than later, so that you don't miss out. And then the stamp set is retiring as well. All right, I'm going to put the stamp set off to the side so I can show you this beautiful paper. It is a basic gray, gray granite, and petal pink colors, and it has this beautiful floral design, and you can do quite a bit with these designs. So I have 2 cards to show you that you can use this and the stamp set to create wonderful, beautiful cards. Now the back side of this paper is some more of the petal pink, gray granite, and basic gray. Lots of great designs. The marble is really, really neat. Alright, so I'm going to put this off to the side. So we're going to start with, I'm just going to use the Happy Mother's Day stamp, but there's quite a bit of other wonderful sentiments that you can use, not just for moms, but for other fantastic women in your life. And we're going to use the colors that are in the designer paper. So one card is going to be made with a petal pink base, and the other one will be a gray granite. One will be portrait, one is landscape. So these cards, I'm going to use the petal pink first. So I have the pieces all cut, ready to go. And basically, the Designer Series paper is going to be front and center on these cards because I don't have to do much to the paper to make it really pop because the designs are really pretty. I really like this one, but I'll use it on my other card as well. So this piece here is cut to 4 1/4 by 3 inches, I believe it is. So that way I can cover the whole bottom of this card. Like so. And then I've cut this Designer Series paper and some basic gray cardstock, and I'm going to glue them together. Now I'm leaving this part blank, but I'll show you in a minute what you could do with this piece here. Alright, so now I'm going to glue this down right onto my card. I do like having some kind of grid paper, or in this case I'm using the Stamparatus Deluxe foam mat, just to give my eye a look at lines. Okay. And also, like this is a cling stamp, so you don't need the extra rubber padding on this. But on photopolymer stamps, you do need that extra cling, or the extra rubber, just so that way it'll stamp nice for you. Alright, so I'm going to use some Memento black ink with this Happy Mother's Day stamp. And I've cut my basic white cardstock to the proper size. And we're going to stamp it right here. Rock it back and forth just a little bit, but be careful. So I'm going to put the lid on here because I won't need this till the next card, so I'll just set that off to the side. And then I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. Now you do not need to put dimensionals on the back. I just feel that I have them and it's just nice and easy to make it pop that little bit. Go. Oh, that grid paper back so I have an idea where my lines are. So this is going to hang off the one side just a little, like so. And you could add pearls to that if you wanted, or rhinestones or anything, but I'm going to leave that just like that. But this designer paper, you could leave it blank, like do nothing to it. like I have, or another option is to use some Stampin' Blends in Petal Pink to make those flowers pop, or you could color in the background, or you could use markers or whatever to color in the images as well. But I prefer it without it colored in. Alright, so there's the first card. So my second card is the gray granite, and then I have this pattern piece with the arrows. So that's the back of that one. Oops. Look at what I did. I guess I will have to cut another piece. I'm being really silly. You know, mistakes like that happen. Now I just gotta find this sheet again. There we go. Alright, so let's start with a fresh piece here. So we want 4 inches. 4 inches this way. By 5 1/4. There. Let's try this again. Why don't we? Alright. Glue on the proper side this time, Amanda. Alright. That's better. There we go. Alright. Now, I have a piece of Whisper White for my sentiment, a piece of basic gray, so it pops that piece up, and then this, which is the same as that. So you can do quite a bit of different things with all these papers. I love this bold. So I'm going to do more than 1/2 inch. Well, not half. More than 1/4 inch, sorry. And this is cut to 4 1/4. So it will overlap my 4-inch piece here, which is just fine. And we're going to stick this over here. Something like that. There we go. And then we can stamp our sentiment onto our basic white using that Memento Tuxedo Black ink again. There we go. And then I can clean that up using my Simply Chamois. Just a couple little, it's all wet just with water. And now with this being a cling stamp, you do want to be careful when pulling it up if you have the sticker on the back, so you don't rip your stamp. I haven't had an issue with them, but just wanting to note to be careful. Alright. So now we can finish putting this card together. I will use some dimensionals on this as well. Now I'm using the mini Stampin' Dimensionals, but we do have some regular size ones that you could use. It depends on what you're wanting to do. I was finding with the large dimensionals, a lot of the times I was just cutting them up to make them smaller. Alright, so then this, oops, no, I wanted it to do this. Something like that. So there we go. So there's my 2 Mother's Day cards. And Mother's Day is next month. So if you place your order really soon, you should get the stuff within 1 to 2 weeks, depending on where you're living. And it's something that you can put these cards together and then have them to be able to give those out on Mother's Day next month. So thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, please contact me.